I'm Soumya Johari. I'm an interior designer working towards sustainable interiors and awareness on how creative minds can speak up and ask for more. In my journey of interior design, I have been really fortunate to come across such intellectuals who have proved their mettle in their industry and now they are ready to share their experiences with us. Today we are in conversation with Mr. Edmund. He is a senior interior designer and CEO of SUA Interiors based in Malaysia. His hashtag No Free Design movement is very popular on LinkedIn and other social media platforms. So if you are interested in going ahead and joining the movement, you can find all the details in the description box below. So without any further ado, let's welcome Mr. Edmund. Hi sir, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule and being here.
First of all, thank you for having me here, Soumya.
So my first question to you is that what is the secret recipe behind being successful for designers and creative professionals in their respective industries? Like with stress being such a common thing in today's lifestyle, how can creative minds keep themselves out of this and still focus on being creative all the time? What can they do to be really successful?
Always keep in mind of the Murphy Law. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong, especially in our line. Handling projects on site, anything can happen. We must always be ready. When each troubleshoots, comes opportunity to learn. Learning through experience, so that the more we know what we may go wrong. You see, with this clarity of thoughts, one must possess with clarity comes with experience. And then confidence and perseverance will be successful. It's all start with clarity.
That's right, sir, because clarity of thoughts is the most important requirement to be successful in any industry. And for creative individuals, it is the basic requirement. It is all the more important for them. So this brings me to one more question, that what should be the creative professionals be more focused on to? Should they be focusing more on the number of projects that they're doing or the quality of projects that they're delivering? Because this is also a very important question that adds up to their stress levels sometimes, you know.
In my experience, business they are focused. Primarily, most will compare between two. One, creative. Two, commercials. Creativity requires plenty of time. When such business takes on more volume, the quality of creativity produced within each project may be compromised. Designers should be hands-on in their project, creating art out of their work. This will eventually lead business to receive positive, high forms of appraisal, leading to clients looking for them rather than the other way around. Let me tell you, commercially runs business forever will look for jobs.
That's so true. So, sir, when you say that creativity is the most important thing, so that brings me to one more important question, that with digital era that has almost hijacked our minds in this time, where images are so easily available, inspirations are so easily available online for designers and for the clients. How is it easy for the designers to remain, to keep themselves out of it, to discipline themselves, to be creative and not get intimidated by these images, and maintain their individuality and their creativity?
With the internet, sources of inspirations and widely available at the hands of the customers and designers nowadays, never copy and paste. It's a big mistake. Image functions to inspire, not to answer. Do not become lazy. Designers have to continuously explore the boundaries to be innovative and constantly exercise your mind. That's how creative mind work. You see, designers must remain rooted with their own design philosophy. Failure to do so will see sloppy designers who are simply follow, and this will usually not brings out good of work. Let me ask you, have you ever seen followers stands out in this industry? Another issue for internets is that because of the easy access of images, it resulted in designers providing free proposal and client expecting free because it's so easy. In the end, designers do not get paid, which result in an unsustainability business practice for most. You see, this is why #NoFreeDesign movement was born. To eradicate this and bring the appropriate practice that protects both the designers and the clients.
Sir, what I notice here is a kind of a loop between free designs and designers not being able to express their worth to the client. So is it really that these inspirations are affecting their image in the market? They are not supposed to get inspired?
The work of the designer is always undervalued. One invaluable resources such as time to ensure the design pieces well together is doable, and this is valued. This requires special fittings, matching clients' design choices to the space, studying the sites for potential obstacle when buildings, planning for mechanical and engineering requirements. All this require incredible amount of time and effort. Designers should be appropriately compensated for this work.
Absolutely. So my last question, and that is, it is a job of a designer to handle pressure of sites, to handle client, to handle the volatile market. So how should they groom themselves up to handle so much of things going around them? Because as a creative person, you have to remain fresh all the mind. Your mind should be absolutely fresh, and you should be able to think good ideas all the time, because that is the crux of being a designer or a creative person. So what should they do to keep themselves updated and decked up to be able to produce something new out every single time and every single day? So because this is a skill that is not being taught in our design schools. So can you say something about this?
This is my take. As with everything in life, it all starts with educations. This means we have to begin inculcating in students. Beginning in the university is the right mindset that equips them for the real world. You see, students should be fully aware of the industry and conduct the future fellow professions and be given the information and choice at the young age. Isn't it better to drop out of the study now than dropping out of the industry as a whole in the future? Isn't it wasting of time? You see, most designers are born to behave emotionally. That is how most of the finest work and original works were born. But you see, the most successful designers govern themselves with certain level of discipline and objectivity. They do take care of their health, manage their workload well to avoid unforeseen hiccups, and mixing with the right crowd of positivity affects their physical and mental wellness. The more you take care of yourself, the more your work will take care of you. With this renewed opportunity, let us bring out of our stunning work to life. Your life will be a piece of art.
Thank you so much, sir, for this eye-opening session, for this conversation here. I'm sure it will help so many creative professionals out there who really want to understand this ever-changing industry, and because to be in their A game, they have to work upon themselves, because the profession requires them to do so. And it is also really important to value your own self, your own skills, because it is only then you will be able to help others to value your skills. So I'm sure this entire conversation will help many people out there. Thank you again for your valuable time. Hope you must have been able to take some takeaways from this conversation. And until next time, this is Soumya saying bye.